Hey guys, so OFD here. Just got back from a quick bike ride on a new bike. Really loving this thing. But anyways, thought it's time to finally look at a watch that was sent into the channel by Scott Stauffer over at Watches Galore. And that would be this one here. This is the SRP637, otherwise known as the Baby Tuna. And Scott has graciously lent me this watch to show on the channel, and so just gonna kind of do like a quick show and tell. It's an awesome watch and I've worn the heck out of it. Thank you, Scott, for loaning it out to me, and do an introduction and get to showing you the watch. All right, guys. Alright guys, hey, OFD checking in here, and today we're going to do another outdoor video. It just so happens to be kind of crowded in the house right now, lots of people in the house doing things, and I need to get to a quiet place where I can do these reviews or just kind of these watch talks. And today we're going to talk about a watch that came to me from Scott Stauffer over at Watches Galore, and that would be the SRP637 from Seiko. Another name for this watch, or it's affectionately known as the Baby Tuna because of the, the case on this thing having the outer protective case and stuff like that. But so this is just another SRP series, and if you guys are not familiar with Seiko watches, the prefix as an SRP is referring to the type of movement in the watch, and this is running a 4R36 movement in it. Which is a very good movement. I have a number of watches with this movement in it. Actually, the monster I have here has that movement, and also I'm wearing my SRP637 today, and that has the same movement in it. All of my watches with the 4R36 movement run really good and are just excellent movement. So I'm actually going to give this watch a little shake here off the camera so that we can see that second hand moving there. So yeah, the Baby Tuna, they've been out for about, gosh, I want to say 4 or 5 years now, and it's just a really great addition to the SRP lineup from Seiko. As always, Seiko is bringing out innovative and different dive watches. Seems like multiple different versions per year. This is a really popular one. Scott got this watch recently. He does have a review up of the watch. I'll go ahead and put it up on my down below in the descriptions if you guys want to check out that video. But yeah, I was really happy he loaned this watch out to me. I've been wearing it for a few days now. This watch does come on a H-link bracelet, on the stainless steel H-link bracelet. Now Scott had that adjusted for himself, and I didn't really want to mess with the links or anything like that. And so I put it on this NATO, and I have to tell you, it's a really, really great watch to wear. It is a big watch. I think this watch comes in, I don't even really need to measure it. It comes in at about 47 millimeters from side to side, which is really big. But if you guys know my channel, I have a SUN 043, the Yeti, and that watch is 47 millimeters. It's really big, but it's super thick. This is not nearly as thick as the Yeti. As a matter of fact, I'll go ahead and get the caliper up here. We will take some measurements on this watch. And I got a caliper sitting right here. Get that guy turned on. And the case width on this watch, there you guys see it right there at 47 millimeters. From lug to lug on this watch, we are looking at right about 51 millimeters. And then the thickness of the case on this one, while it is thick at 13.4, it's really not that thick for the size of the watch you have here. So yeah, really cool. Now I'll go ahead and put the monster kind of up next to it so you can see the size. You can definitely see it's a lot bigger than the monster, but most of it is actually this outer protective case that all of the tunas actually use. The monster has the protection down here, but just from the standard case, where this is actually a separate case that is screwed to the standard watch case, like that. You guys can see it's separate there. As far as fit and finish on this watch goes, it has some polished surfaces, but I'll be honest with you, most of this watch is kind of a matte finish. It has a 120 click bezel on this watch, which works really well. It's a little bit tough to get a grip on it. As you guys can see, for the size of the watch, the bezel is pretty thin, and it's kind of like your monster type bezel, and you have to grab it in this area here where the bezel's not, where the bezel's not protected by the outer shroud here on this watch. So super tough watch, 200 meters water resistant, as most of your Seiko divers are. And if you guys know out there, you know, even though these are 200 meters, most of these watches are rated well past that. I mean, by ISO, they have to go 25% above, I think is what it is. Go ahead and see the case back on this watch, your standard Seiko with the Tsunami. And, yeah, check it out, Scott. Blue sticker still on it. I did not take it off of there. Scott likes the blue stickers on his watch, so cool deal. Cool beans, we leave the sticker on there. Everyone likes the good stuff and likes what they like. So this is a really cool watch. My cousin out in Colorado actually has the SRP637. He posted a picture a while back on Instagram, and I was really, really jealous of the watch. He got it recently enough I didn't want to ask to borrow it, but Scott, we were actually doing a watch exchange, and it was cool because he put this in the mail and sent it out to me to check out. Great, you know, it's your typical Seiko. You know, with the 4R36 movement, you do have hacking and hand winding, which is great. I mean, you definitely want that on a watch like this. And, you know, go ahead and do some date change in there, just kind of show you how that works. Standard, go the other way, and you're actually going to change the date wheel, push it in once we can wind it. That. Very nice. And pull it all the way out. You guys can see the second hand stops because it is hacking movement. Go ahead and push that in and screw it down. Crown screws down nicely with just about 3 turns there, 3.5 turns. Very nice there. So, you know, overall, extremely tough, great watch. Now, what I've done here is I've kind of laid out 3 of Seiko's iconic watches that we're all used to seeing, and actually I'll put out the 4th here. This being a Seiko Monster here, this being a SKX variant here. And just to show you, you know, that this watch isn't that huge, check out the SRP next to it, the turtle, the turtle reissue. I mean, it's really not that much bigger than that watch when you look at them side by side, you know, and even the thickness, yeah, the baby Tuna is quite a bit thicker. They do offer this watch in a variety of different color configurations. I know now San has, I think he has the one with the yellow in the bezel. Really cool looking watches. And yeah, I think down the road here, I'm definitely going to need to look at adding one of these to the collection. I mean, just everything about it. Look at the hands, the similarity in the hands to the Monster. They're just a little bit bigger, a little more substantial. I really love the second hand on this watch and the length of the tip of that second hand there. Looks great. It's a great looking watch. So, you know, guys, like, you know, I'm really a Seiko fanboy, so I think kind of like most Seiko watches out there, you really can't go wrong. The quality put into this baby Tuna, this SRP637 it's exquisite. I mean, they really do put a lot into it. Now, everything on this watch, guys, I can look at really lines up. The bezel lines up good. All the indices line up good. And if I'm not mistaken, this is a K model, so this is not the Japan version of the watch, but very nice looking watch. Very classic looking watch. So, yeah, thank you, Scott. Thank you for loaning this watch out to the channel. And guys, thank you for tuning in just to take a kind of a quick look at a SRP637 from Seiko. Yeah, I'm not giving you a whole lot of text, you guys, or technical-ish stuff on this watch, just kind of showing it to you. It's not really a review because it's not my watch, but I think if you wanted to buy one of these, you're doing good. You guys can see the screws to the shroud there. Drilled lugs, excellent. Just another beautiful dive watch from Seiko. Guys, they really kind of tend to know what they're doing with these dive watches nowadays. So you guys, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. If you haven't subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, guys, thanks.